Good day everyone. So before we start, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Clarice Anlagya Palapo and I will continue our report by discussing the 10 characteristics of an emotionally intelligent person. So kapag sinabing emotional intelligence, ito ay ang kakayahang maintindihan at kontrolin ang sarili nating damdamin. Pati na rin ang pag-unawa at pagrespeto sa nararamdaman ng iba. So let's start with the first characteristic, the empathy. Ang empathy daw, this is our ability para maintindihan at maramdaman ang nararamdaman ng iba. It's like putting ourselves in their situation so we can truly feel what they're going through. So for example, kung may classmate kang malungkot dahil hindi siya nakasama sa corner list, so, hindi mo lang basta sasabihin na, okay lang yan, may next time pa. So, mas understanding kung sasabihin mo, alam ko kung gaano ka nagsikap para makapasok sa honor list. Kaya, I totally get why you're feeling this way. Pero proud pa rin ako sa'yo, kasi hindi biro yung effort na binigay mo. So, dito, pinapakita mo na naiintindihan mo yung feelings nila at you're willing to listen and support them. So, sa empathy, mas nagiging malalim at totoo yung connection natin sa ibang tao. At mas napapalakas natin sila sa mga panahong kailangan nila ng karamay. Empathy comes in two types, and both are important in understanding people around us. So, according to the Greater Good Science Center at UC Berkeley, there are two types of empathy. So, the first one is affective empathy. So, this is when we actually feel the emotions of others. It's like, kapag may nakita kang umiiyak, tapos nalulungkot ka rin kahit wala namang masamang nangyayari sa'yo. But your body and emotions respond to what the other person's feeling. For example, if your friend is scared, you might feel nervous too, kahit kasama mo lang siya. So this type of empathy helps us connect emotionally and respond with kindness. So the second one is the cognitive empathy. So this is the ability to understand someone's emotions, kahit hindi natin nararamdaman ang pareho nilang emotion. So it's about seeing things from their point of view. So we can better understand their feelings and why they act a certain way. So for example, if your friend feels oppressed and feels frustrated, you might not feel frustrated yourself. Pero sa pamamagitan ng cognitive empathy, maintindihan mo kung bakit siya malungkot. So you can comfort them and offer advice. So kapag natutunan natin gamitin ang dalawang klase ng empathy, we can build deeper, more meaningful connections with others. Next, let's talk about self-awareness. Self-awareness is the art of understanding oneself, recognizing the stimuli one faces, and preparing how to manage oneself, both proactively and reactively. So this is the ability to understand ourselves, our thoughts and emotions and behaviors. It's about noticing what affects us and learning how to handle our reactions. So for example, kinakabahan ka before speaking in public. Matutulungan ka ng self-awareness. You recognize that feelings and find ways to calm down, like breathing deeply or practicing your speech. So being self-aware, nakakatulong din ito para malaman natin our strengths and weaknesses para mas makagawa tayo ng tamang desisyon at mapabuti ang sarili natin. And also, it teaches us to pause, reflect, and shows how we respond to situations. So instead of just reacting right away. Kaya kapag when we know ourselves well, mas makaharap tayo sa mga pagsubok sa buhay ng may tiwala at control sa sarili. Let's move on to curiosity. So curiosity is one's willingness to learn and improve when someone is curious. So they are passionate and driven to be their best. So this is the eagerness to learn and discover new things. So diba kapag sobrang curious natin sa isang bagay, we ask questions and explore different ideas and enjoy finding how things work. So for example, if you're curious about music, you might spend hours learning how to play an instrument, researching your favorite artists, and practicing new songs. So dahil sa curiosity, patuloy kang natututo at gumagaling sa mga bagay na gusto mo. So being curious keeps our minds active and pushes us to keep improving ourselves every day. Next is having an analytical mind. So an analytical mind refers to being critical thinker who processes new information carefully and looks for ways to improve. So this means ay pagiging thoughtful thinker para mas maunawaan ang isang bagay. It's about looking at situations, figuring out what works, what doesn't, and finding ways to improve at makahanap ng paraan para mas mapabuti ang mga bagay-bagay. So for example, kung hindi naging maayos ang inyong group project, an analytical mind helps you reflect on what went wrong. Maybe the communication wasn't clear or hindi patas ang paghahati ng mga gawain. So by analyzing the situation, you can fix the mistakes and do better next time. So this kind of mindset ay nakakatulong para ma-solve or masolusyonan ang mga problema and make better decisions and keep learning from our experiences. Now, let's talk about the belief. Belief is the power of believing in oneself, both at present and in the future. So this is having confidence in yourself and trusting that things will work out even when life gets hard. For example, if you're struggling to learn something new, belief helps you stay patient and keep practicing. You trust that with enough effort, you'll get better and eventually succeed. So belief gives us hope, strength, and the courage to face challenges. Dahil alam natin na bawat hakbang ay nagdadala sa atin papalapit sa ating mga pangarap. Let's proceed to the needs and wants. Needs and wants refers to understanding the difference between what we truly need and what we simply desire. Understanding the difference between needs and wants is an important of emotional intelligence. So, ang needs are the things you most have to survive, like food, water, and shelter. So, ang wants naman are things na gusto lang natin. But kaya nating mabuhay without them. Tama ba? Like gadget, toys, or fancy clothes. Kaso for me, that's false. Because when it comes to the gadgets, for today's generation, ngayon, more on technology na. Lalo na like for educational purposes. Lalo na kapag online class, need natin ng cellphone, laptop, or etc. So then, when it comes to fancy clothes naman, gusto ng ibang bata or gaya natin na magagarang damit. Lalo na kapag may special occasion. For example, buying healthy food is a need, but buying a new video game is a want. So, diba kapag alam natin ang pagkakaiba nito, madali tayong makakapag-isip or make smarter decisions and prioritize what truly matters. Let's move on. The next is the passion. Passion is the natural desire, excitement, and love for something or someone. It gives you the energy and motivation to keep going even when things get hard. So passion is a strong feeling or excitement and love for something you care about. It's what pushes you to keep learning, practicing, and working towards your goals. So when you're passionate sa isang bagay, di ba you feel happy and inspired ka na gawin ang lahat ng makakaya mo. No matter what, kahit mahirap pa nito. So think of passion like a fire inside you. Diba it keeps you energized or ang nagbibigay ng lakas or determination. For example, if you love music, you might practice every day, play new songs, at mag-perform in front of others. Dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa'yo. O kaya naman if you're passionate about helping people, maaari kang mag-volunteer, become a teacher, or choose a career na makakatulong sa ibang tao. So passion is what makes life more meaningful. It helps you stay focused, enjoy what you do, at maging inspiration sa mga taong nasa paligid mo. Now, let's talk about optimism. So being optimistic means looking at life with hope and positivity. So ibig sabihin, niniwala ka na kahit may mga pagsubok, may darating na mas magandang araw. So when you have optimism, you try to see the bright side of things and trust that you can overcome challenges. So for example, kung bumagsak ka sa isang exam, optimism helps you think, I can do better next time, instead of giving up. So this positive mindset keep you motivated, nakakatulong gumawa ng mas maayos na desisyon, and makes it easier to build healthy relationship with others. So when you chose to be optimistic, you open yourself up to more opportunities, stronger connections, and a happy life overall. So let's move on to adaptability. So being adaptable means knowing when to stick to your decisions and when it's better to change your approach. So it's about being flexible and open new ideas, especially when things aren't working the way you expected. So for example, kung plano mong mag-aral sa tahimik na library pero maingay pala, adaptability helps you decide to find another place or try using earphones to focus. So it's about finding ways to solve problems instead of getting stuck. So being adaptable makes life stressful. It helps you make better choices, grow from your experiences, and handle whatever life throws your way. The last part, let's talk about the last characteristic that is hard to help others succeed. So wanting to help others succeed means caring about their growth and happiness. It's about being genuinely happy when people reach their dreams, even if their success doesn't directly affect you. So for example, cheering for a friend who wins a competition or encouraging someone who feels like giving up. So diba kapag sinusuportahan at pinapalakas mo ang loob ng iba, you create a positive and uplifting environment where everyone feels motivated to do their best. So helping others succeed doesn't just benefit them. It strengthens your friendship, builds trust, and makes life more joyful for everyone. So by understanding and practicing these 10 characteristics, we can develop emotional intelligence, build better relationships, and live more meaningful. So these traits help us stay strong during tough times, connect deeply with others, and become the best versions of ourselves, both professionally and personally. So that would be all of my report. Thank you po for listening.